Have y'all noticed how every interaction lately feels like a transaction? Like nobody talks to you anymore unless there's a reason, a favor, attention, validation, something. And it makes you really start wondering like do people even give a fuck, or like when did society just get to this point where it's like we all have our own shit going on and it's just people don't give a fuck anymore? Like, were we always like this, or is it just more obvious to realize it now? Like, because the more I pay attention, I'm very observant. The more it really feels like don't nobody really give a fuck about you, and like not in a dramatic way. It's not like people was out to get me type shit. It's just in a normal aspect. Like everybody caught up in their own lives, right? Their own stress, their own problems, and you really just that background noise, right? Unless you're useful in that moment type shit. Like think about it. How often do people really reach out to you just to check in? Like there's no favors behind it. They don't need nothing from you. They just genuinely want to see how you're doing. How often do people take accountability when they done something to you, or they doing something wrong, without getting defensive, without pushing it back onto you, without flipping it on you, without minimizing your own concerns to make themselves seem like they're in the green, they're in the right? It's rare. Nah. Instead, you get half-ass apologies, you get excuses, or you get people acting like you're the problem for expecting basic communication and respect, right? And after a while, like I said, I noticed it starts to feel like empathy is just conditional. Like they only do it to people that like are in their inner circle, or they feel like because they're close to them, they're gonna respect them, right? Like they only treat you well when it's convenient for them. Like I guess y'all could say I'm cynical about it, whatever, however y'all want to look at it, because I know people feel like this, right? It makes me just start thinking like people are selfish. Like humans just aren't good people, right? But I don't think it's that simple. I think it's just a deeper explanation into it, right? Because when you really look at it from like an outside perspective, right? When you think out the box, people are overwhelmed, right? There's constant notifications, there's constant comparison. Everyone's trying to keep up, everyone's trying to perform, everyone's trying to survive, right? Everyone's mentally fried, everyone's cooked. And when you're in that mental state of survival, or just taking care of yourself and what you need to do for yourself, you don't give a fuck about nobody else. You prioritize yourself, you protect your own energy, and you stop showing up for other people unless there's something good that you can get back from them mentally, or third, however the fuck you say it, whatever, third dimension, whatever the fuck, little shit, favors, whatever. And it's not because people don't care. It's just they don't have the capacity to care in the way that they should, because they don't give a fuck about other people, right? Like I made a video before, like my last video, when I added social media into this. Like attention is currency. Interactions is like networking. Like what can I gain from this? Like when people post on social media, it's like, bro, nobody really gives a fuck. You're kind of just doing it just to feel that interaction, that connection, right? And over time, I feel like that mindset leaks into real life, where, like I said, friendships are transactional, conversations are shallow as shit. No one has real conversations no more. It's just all 3D bot shit. And support systems are inconsistent. And the accountability part, ego. Everyone has fucking ego, and to a certain extent, you have to have ego, right? Because we're humans, right? You just have to have this sense of ego. So people would rather protect how they're portrayed and how they're seen to other people rather than admit they were wrong about things. Because when you admit that you're wrong, it feels like you're losing this mental battle, right? It feels like they're wrong. So instead of owning up to shit, they'd rather just deflect, they'd rather justify shit, or they'd rather disappear And that's what slowly kills people's character, right? That's what kills people's trust. But here's what people don't want to admit, right? This is what people hate to admit. They hate to admit it because we all do it, right? I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not on here talking like I'm a perfect person, right? But this is one thing that people hate to admit, right? We all do this. We all ignore people's messages. We all prioritize ourselves. And sometimes people fall short of giving the empathy that we expect from other people. So it's not just us as humans, it's just the environment that we're all in, right? The environment we're all stuck inside of, right? On some Matrix shit. So maybe it's not that all humans are horrible. Maybe it's just that we've built a way of living that makes people act the way they do, right? More distant, more transactional. And I feel like there's no such thing as being a nice guy, quote unquote, and living your life normally, right? You could be a nice guy, you could be a good guy, but you gotta stand on business sometimes. Because when you have that, when people stick that character on top of you, that's when people start taking advantage of you. That's when people start talking to you however they feel like it. People start acting however they feel like it because they know there's not going to be any pushback on it, right? They just going to do whatever they feel like. And me personally, I feel like I've been turning colder because of these things that I just talked about in this video, right? And some people are going to understand this, some people aren't going to understand it. A lot of people do care, right? I'm not saying everybody's just a freaking asshole, right? I'm not a pessimist, right? Many people really do care, just not consistently, and that's what feels so disappointing about it, right? Because me personally, I like to consider myself a good person, right? I will take accountability for things like a right human should, right? When you're emotionally mature and grounded in your own thoughts and ideas, you don't let other 3D bullshit conform your mind into what they think is acceptable, because you know you know in your right mind that that's not okay, right? Not saying that I'm right all the time, but some people just genuinely just are never in the right because they're so stuck in this stupid idea of their ego and whatever they conceive to be right. Like they're just like NPCs, right? And we're all NPCs, right? We're all bots to a certain extent because we all live in this matrix, so you have to conform to a certain extent. But it just really makes you question everything. Like people just pass time with their own bullshit going on, and in reality they just not gonna own up to it, right? They're gonna downplay whatever's going on. It's like respect isn't automatic anymore. Empathy isn't automatic anymore, right? Like it's either like it's easy to just give you all this bullshit and not give you conclusions and solutions. But yeah, that's just genuinely how I feel, right? Kind of all I really wanted to talk about, right? We're all just overstimulated trying to keep ourselves together, but now I really see why people barely have friends, you know? I would honestly rather be a lonely motherfucker surrounded by a bunch of real people than have 30,000 friends and like 95% of them are fake as shit, right? Like I would honestly rather just observe my own thinking and be surrounded by people that are gonna unconditionally choose me because they know my character, instead of people who are just gonna be around me because, oh, you could call JT for a favor and he'll do it, right? He don't got nothing else going on in his life, so he's gonna jump for whatever people need from him because he wants to be accepted. And I really don't give a fuck to be accepted by anybody, because not only are these people not doing anything for me, but I know their characters. I know on the inside they're ugly people. So why the fuck would I care about what ugly people think about me, right? Because me, I know myself. I know I'm a good person. I'm not a perfect person, but my heart's in the right place. So I'm gonna just end it off like this. You need to stand. You need to stand on your morals and your principles, and you need to know when to take shit up a notch. Because, like I said, people will play with you. People will disrespect you. People will hold shit off strictly because they know they can. Right? People will do things because they know they could get away with it, and they know you're not gonna push back on it. So that's why you need to stand on your own business. You need to know when to leave people where they stand. You need to know when to stand on your own shit, right? I'm gonna just keep saying this over and over again because this is just what it is. I'm not gonna word it in any other way. You need to know when to stand on business. You need to know when people is fucking with you for the real you, or just like when you're in an environment where you know it's just not really serving you type shit, and people just start feeding into the bullshit. Like if I'm in a friend group where all we do is smoke weed and talk shit about people, why would I want to be in that environment? And if you're in that environment long enough, you'll start to be just like those people. And this is why I say I'd rather be alone and find myself, which is what I'm actively doing, finding myself, so I know who I want to attach my energy to. Because people are just fucking weirdos, right? Like everybody has those certain people that they could look at on social media or just in their own circle and just be like, yo, this person's a fucking, this is not somebody I want to be. This is not someone I take advice from, because I know they're not good people inside. So I'm gonna end it like that. People that gonna feel me. If you don't feel me, then you gonna feel me eventually, right? Because you're gonna go through shit in life where people are just gonna play with you, and you're gonna realize like, yo, I don't fuck with this person, and this is why I don't fuck with you. And certain things that you go through in life, right? Like little nigga moments you get trapped into, right? A lot of simple problems that people have in life could be simply fixed, right? You have to focus on what you can control, and the things that you can control, you can make solutions for. And when it comes to a situation where two people have to come together for a solution, and that person doesn't want to make a solution, and you're doing it yourself, when it comes to like money or just certain things that you can't do yourself because you don't have the resources to, and this person does have the resources, and y'all can both come together, right? And they don't want to hold their end, fuck them, right? If they're not on your side, fuck them, right? If they don't want to conform to the ideas that you've provided to them, hey, maybe you could do this, maybe this will be better for you, maybe this will be better. If they don't want to do that, then fuck them, leave them where they stand, right? Because people are gonna do what they want to do. It doesn't matter what you tell them, they're still gonna do what they do at the end of the day, right? If I want motivation and I go watch a video about motivation on YouTube, that kind of just validated the idea of being better. You still have to take the actions for it, right? People will talk to you for 5-10 minutes and be like, damn bro, should I break up with this girl, bro? She did this and this and this. And then you'll tell them like, yeah bro, if that happened to me and all those things happened to me, I would definitely dump her. Now you're validating his idea of, yeah, I am right. And then they'll go right back to whatever the fuck they were doing, because you just gave them that temporary validation, right? So that kind of person, you leave them motherfuckers where they stand, because you know they're not strong enough in their own mind to take the steps necessary to get themselves out that environment that they put themselves in. And that's why I come back to this. I'd rather be alone, so you can find out what the hell you want and what the hell you stand for, what you deem to be acceptable from people. Because like I said, I'm a very respectful person, and when motherfuckers don't show me that same respect, alright, if you don't give a fuck, then I don't give a fuck either. And that's just how it's gonna be. But this JT, right? I'm out this bitch. Feel me? Y'all be easy. Y'all be safe. And yeah, I'm out here.